Hi, I'm Radiant. Join me on a journey to bring you recipes where every video is a celebration of creativity, simplicity, deliciousness, and foodie inspiration. Today we're going to be making a dairy-free golden milk. Now, golden milk is not only warming to the body because it has spices like turmeric and cinnamon which are warming, but it actually helps to aid in keeping colds at bay, and it helps to recover from some colds. And some of the properties in turmeric specifically, which gives it its golden color, help to bring antioxidants to the body, which helps with free radicals. And free radicals are basically those cells that when they get out of whack, that's when things aren't going so good in your body. So this helps to fight some of those free radicals. And also the properties in turmeric help to aid in joint pain and inflammation. So some good stuff in here. We're gonna need some turmeric. We're gonna need some coconut oil, some cinnamon, some fresh ginger. We're gonna use coconut milk for this. We're gonna use some clove, some maple syrup, some cardamom, and a little bit of water. So we're gonna start with, I'm gonna do like maybe a half a cup to a cup of water. You can do all milk if you want. I just like to dilute it a little bit. And we're gonna put in about a cup of this coconut milk. Oh, we need to turn this on. Now, you don't want this to boil. When you put this all together, you want it to simmer. So we're gonna do some turmeric. I'm gonna put, I'm not gonna measure, but maybe about a teaspoon. I would say if you're new to turmeric, maybe do a half a teaspoon. And if you're familiar with it, go ahead and put maybe a teaspoon and a half in. But it is very strong, so you may want to start with a little bit and work your way up. Okay, I'm gonna put in cinnamon stick. You can also use cinnamon powder, about a half a teaspoon. We're gonna put in, now if you have fresh cloves, you can use 1 or 2, but for the ground, you're gonna use about 1/8 of a teaspoon, or I like to say 1, 2, 3 dashes. Same thing for the cardamom. If you have cardamom seeds or pods, you can use about 2 or 3, but if not, use ground cardamom, and the same thing I'm gonna do. 1, 2, 3 pinches or shakes. Okay, for the coconut oil, we're gonna do about a tablespoon of that. You can do ginger powder, and if not, get a knob of ginger. I'm just gonna break this knob off. I'm gonna peel it as such. You can grate it in, but if you don't have a grater, you can always chop this finely. Or you can just cut into pieces. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to slice it. Either way, it's gonna get in there because you're gonna let this brew for a good bit. So I'm going to put those slices in there. Now, traditionally, golden milks call for black pepper, but I like to be a little adventurous. I'm not a big fan of black pepper. I like to use ground cayenne. If you're gonna use black pepper, use about 4 to 1/8 teaspoon. With the cayenne pepper, which is spicier, you're just gonna do like literally a dash. I'll put more in, but I can handle it. And you're gonna whisk it, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna whisk this. You're gonna bring it up to a simmer. And let that bring up to a simmer. And you're actually going to let this simmer for about 5 or 10 minutes. I let it go for about 10 minutes. But guess what? I actually have one that I made earlier. That's already sat and brewed for 10 minutes. So I'm going to bring this back up to temperature. Now once again, when you're doing this, keep an eye on it. Make sure it simmers. Do not boil it. If you see it start to foam up too much, it's too hot. I'm stirring this with my whisk. And the turmeric, as it gets a little cooler, sometimes will stick to the pot. So I'm also like pulling some of this turmeric off the sides of my pot as I whisk it. Increase the temperature on this a little bit. And when it gets cool, you'll also notice that, or you may notice, that you'll have some little shards that look a little glossy, and that's going to be the coconut oil. Once that gets cold and solidifies, you're going to see it get a little glossy. So that's going to be broken up as you heat it. That's if you let it cool down. So I'm continuing to whisk this. The last thing I'm going to add is it's a tablespoon. No, I'm going to add 2. 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. If you're not a fan of maple syrup, I recommend using agave, a darker version, like an amber agave. Agave is from the cactus plant. It is smooth and clean tasting, but it is very sweet. So use it accordingly. But you can use the same measurement, about 1. Start with 1 tablespoon. Taste it, see if it's to your liking. So that has increased. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a cup, 2. And I'm going to turn this off and I'm going to strain it. There's 1, 2. Smells good. Let's give it a taste. Ooh, that's smooth. A little bit of a kick from the cayenne. Intense flavor from the turmeric. And just slightly sweet. Very good. Well, if you liked this recipe, please feel free to make it and smash that like button. And if you've made this, let me know how it came out. Leave a comment in the comments below. And also, if you want to get more recipes like this, feel free to also subscribe and join my free VIP group. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a wonderful day.